is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, our whole panel this morning, Harry Glanz and Alex Nafusi.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, guys. How you doing today?
I missed you, Harry. You
It's all good.
You were traveling this week. I missed you, bud.
I was traveling this week.
Good to see you, man.
And we got a shout out. We got a shout out at the conference I was at about our nationally critically acclaimed radio show that we do every week.
Oh,
here.
that's
It's 9 to
cool.
10.
Good to
So
hear, man.
it was, they actually played it at the conference we were at.
Oh, that's great. Hey,
Yeah.
look, we brought in Jacqueline Bradley from the East Side, Keller Williams, St. Clair office, St. Clair Shores office. Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you?
Good morning. I'm glad to be back.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good morning. What's happening?
Well, she's selling tons of homes. She's
How's
so
that
busy.
action out there on the east side?
Busy, busy, busy.
It is busy. Harvey, and my favorite topic, obviously, Harvey is appraisals, and we go over appraisals all the time. We were talking about, had a big appraisal conference. That's where I was at. Talking about values, and values are going crazy all over the United States. The industry is busy. Appraisers are busy. I'm glad we're busy. I know you're real busy, so thank everybody for that. The question is this: is that on the east side, and we do a lot of homes, St. Clair shows, all the points, everywhere out there, Harper Woods, and tell me what's going on in that area.
Well, I think it's really, really important to make sure that you have a great listing agent there more than ever right now with the appraisals are going, well, for a lot of people, I've seen them going really awful. I've been very fortunate this year. All of mine have been coming in at value, but I also leave lots of cute little notes and comparables and try to stay out of the appraiser's way.
Yeah, it's funny because we were talking to some appraisers at this conference we were at, and a lot of appraisers, they don't, and I find this odd, but they probably don't want you in their space. They
not at all.
They don't want you to meet them there with listings.
Wait, why though? Why wouldn't I want
I'm
Harry
gonna tell
Glanz
you
to
why.
help me?
Alex,
I'm
do
gonna
you want
tell you
somebody
why.
to tell you how to do your job?
Yeah, they don't want to be micromanaged.
You can guide me though.
No, we look at it as like they're providing, like Jacqueline and her compadres are providing them with information. They look at it as, I'll get all the information. I don't need you to be around. So it's great. It's great and everything. We're just looking, and I know Jacqueline is, I know all the sellers are and the buyers are. We're just looking to get accurate information. So at the conference I was at, they were explaining, hey, listen, they don't mind it once in a while, but if every time they're going to a house, there's a listing agent showing up with comparables, they get annoyed at the time because it's probably not their first or second or third appraisal of the
They
day.
should be annoyed.
Well,
Listen,
do you want reality? Because this is the Hardcore Mortgage and Real Estate and Business Show. You want reality, right?
Yeah, no, I do, but
They get annoyed.
They may be annoyed, but so let's just say a house closed last week, and
Yeah.
they're doing the appraisal Wednesday.
It might not have been recorded yet.
Maybe it's not recorded yet. So
I
if
understand
an
that.
agent shows up and says, "Hey, by the way, 123 Wakefield sold last Wednesday. It's not going to be on MLS yet. Use this comp."
Alex, leave a letter.
Yeah.
Leave a letter from the house that says, hey, I've had this, all meticulously maintained, and this has been upgraded since 2010. And, I mean...
Do some homework.
Yeah.
In other words, you
Yeah.
do some stuff.
And also, it came out, and this is a revelation, I haven't heard this, but now it makes sense to me. They would rather do purchase transactions than refinance transactions. You know what the obvious reason is why?
They have a copy of the
Homeowners.
purchase.
The
homeowners.
process.
See, when you're selling a house, there's a lockbox. When you refinance, and they get the key, they go in, they do that whole thing, whether it's electronic,
15
however,
minutes.
and they're there, and they basically just look in, walk around, see you later, bye. Now, when there's a refinance transaction, an appraiser has to make an appointment with the homeowner, and then the homeowner wants to tell the appraiser that, hey, I painted this bathroom pink, so it's worth $10,000 more.
That would be annoying.
All right.
I agree with you on that.
How are we doing so far?
That'd be annoying. But I'm still, if there's a comparable sale that's sold on a purchase or something, I mean, I think it's okay if the listing agent shows
Remember,
up.
we're looking at one side, we're looking at the lender side. Jacqueline looks at it from the realtor side. I'm going to give the appraiser, I know you guys are going to kill me on this,
Oh, boy.
the benefit of the doubt. But then guess what? When the information comes in wrong, you can bet I'm going to call them on it.
Fair enough.
Geographical
Okay, how's that?
incompetence.
That's right. There you go. Geographical incompetence.
All right, we are live
what
here,
that means.
248-539-9797. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. Hey, we got some insight today on what happened at the appraisal conference that was out there. Harry was checking it out. Sort of get some insight on what appraisers are thinking. Of course, we did have Mike Tomczyk from, what is this company called? Paramount
Appraisals.
Yeah, I mean, he had some insight on it. Of course, he's out there in the trenches every day. And I like what you said, Alex.
Go ahead. What you said.
No, just when you said that, hey, there's a lot of information out there that's very valuable. Most recent sales, they won't have the information.
Mike's one of my good buddies, and when I have an appraisal that comes in light, I mean, I'll send it to Mike. He's not on the transaction, he's not involved. I just want a second set of eyes on it, and Mike will tell me flat out, this is spot on. Like just because the value didn't come in at what you want the value to be, doesn't mean it's a bad appraisal. Mike will say this
what
is
do we call it?
spot on.
We call it the dissemination of accurate versus inaccurate information. Okay, I wrote many articles on that. The dissemination of accurate versus inaccurate information. Just because somebody tells you something or gives you something in writing doesn't mean it's accurate. You better question it. Question everything.
Well, yeah, just because the news that you don't get the answer you want to hear,
Right.
doesn't mean I'm being a mean person. I'm not being a bad mortgage guy. I'm just not giving the answer that you want.
Hey,
You guys-
Go ahead.
At the same time, you have to look at it, though, from the realtor has a lot to do with how the home is listed. We can push all these numbers through and put stuff into a CMA, and I hate to say it this way, but a weak agent is going to put a big inflated value on the home because that's the only way they
course.
can take the listing.
That's the deal, yeah.
Exactly. And I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I go in and I have to tell somebody, I'm sorry, your house is not worth $20,000 more than the other realtor told you. I tell people the honest truth. They might not like it, but at the end of the day, that's the reason I sell houses, and I'm not sitting around on a bunch of overpriced stuff.
And that's the point. Busy realtors, successful realtors, long-time experienced realtors, okay, they'll tell the truth, and they won't list that house at an inflated price just to get the listing, because you want to know why? Because it's more hassle. In the end, it's more hassle, because then you know it's not going to sell. If you get a break and it sells, you're fine. But guess what? More times than not, it's not. And then you got to go back and keep going back, and it's a hassle. Why would you do that if you're busy?
All right, let me jump in here with this. 248-539-9797. We have lots of calls to get to. We want to hear from you this morning. How about real quickly, the best news of all, mortgage rates still at all-time lows. Call them 50 or 60-year lows, but definitely the lowest rates we've had in 3 years. Other information we're going to be sharing with you is all purchase information this morning. Of course, we brought Jacqueline Bradley in from Keller Williams. She'll talk about the listing side, the buy side, and more importantly, Jacqueline, one of the things, a new phenomenon out there is many new agents out there. And again, we're inviting and reaching out to a lot of the new agents. We'll discuss that a little later in the show. If you're a new agent, be sure to listen to our show and get in touch with some of the people at Capital Mortgage Funding. We're going to have some free educational seminars soon that's going to help drive your business in the right direction. We'll teach you how to sell houses and make it work for you. And again, if you have the professional team set up, you're going to save a lot of money. Let's move off to a call. If we got a quick minute here or two, go to our first call out there. We got Ron out in Fenton. Good morning, Ron. Welcome to our show.
Hey, thank you very much for taking my call this morning.
Morning, sir.
What's up, Ron?
Early, and so glad I did.
Thanks,
Here's
man.
my scenario, everyone. I've got a condo. We owe approximately between 29 and 30, just under, okay? We're putting it up for sale. Comps in my area are anywhere from 75 to about 88. All right, so we're going to put it in the middle. I've already spoken to a couple of agents on it. They said throw it in there at mid-80s. So we're at 82.5, okay? What we want to do, we're not sure what to do. We sell the house. Let's say we make 50 to 52 on this thing. We clear that.
Okay.
We have a primary home right now that we have inherited. And it's there's no mortgage. It's an equity loan on this thing. And what's owed is 56. And that is due in 3 years.
All right.
We're looking at a small cabin up north. And we're looking at numbers anywhere from 69 to 80. We have 25 to 30 cash in hand. That's minus the free and clear when we sell the condo. What should we do?
Well, you've got the equity line coming due, right? You'll that in 3 years. You got to pay that one off on your
So
primary.
we take the 50 and throw $6,000 in and pay the house off.
Yeah,
you go.
Pay that one off. You can buy a vacation home with what is it, 5%?
10%.
Yeah, 10% down. So I mean, you're okay.
Again?
10%.
Yeah, so if you're buying the place, you said 65 or 70 up north, you can go 10% down on it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a whole lot of money to acquire a second home.
Worried about?
What are you worried about?
I said, is there anything we should worry about? I mean, let's say we blow off the cabin and we hold on to this 50 and we invest it for a couple of years. Are we going to get dinged with a capital gain?
Well, yeah, you can pay capital gains.
Yeah, what we want you to do, definitely pay it off and get a new mortgage.
Who's in office right now? You're definitely paying capital gains. Who's gonna be in office come November? You're still paying capital gains.
This is true.
It's not going away.
All right. Hey, look, thanks for the call.
Thanks
We
for the
definitely
call,
got to
man.
continue with some calls here right after the break. 248-539-9797.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you know that DTE Energy is constantly finding ways to make their Insight app even better? Well, here to tell us how is Joel. Welcome.
Thanks.
So, what's new with the DTE Insight app?
DTE has updated the app with some great new features. For instance, there's a feature that lets you set a monthly budget and monitor your spending. We've also added push alerts. They'll notify you when you're close to going over your budget and energy targets.
So my phone can tell me when I'm wasting money? Ugh, I wish that worked with my kids.
That would be handy, but DTE Insight is just for energy.
Well, a man can dream.
Well, I do dream about the app, and that's how we came up with an easier way to navigate, so you can see where you're wasting energy with a simple swipe. And of course, you can still get savings, tips, and projects right from the app.
All right, so what should customers do?
Go to the App Store or Google Play to download it. Once you have it, request an Energy Bridge right through the app. Then you can really take control of your energy bill.
And there you have it, folks. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
Mike Valeni here talking to Dr. Stanley about the Nutrimost Ultimate Weight Loss System. Dr. Stanley, what is the biggest difference between Nutrimost and all the other programs?
Well, Mike, with Nutrimost, the weight you lose actually stays off. Not only do we guarantee you lose 20 to 45 pounds in 40 days, Nutrimost gives your body the tools to keep that weight off for good.
Good news for all the yo-yo dieters out there, right, Doc?
That's right, Mike. Other diets might help you lose a few pounds, but one cheat meal and you're right back to your starting weight. Nutrimost permanently resets your metabolism weight set point, keeping your body at a healthy weight long after you finish the program.
We've had a lot of people around the office here at the Ticket try Nutrimost, and I'm telling you, they look as good now as the day they got off the program. That's pretty key, isn't it?
That's no surprise to me, Mike. That's what we do, and that's what our clients should expect. Lose 20 to 45 pounds in 40 days, keep it off, and change your life with Nutrimost.
Call Nutrimost at 1-800-IDEAL-U right now to schedule a full-body consultation with Dr. Stanley. Change your life today. Call 1-800-IDEAL-U right now. And check out Nutrimost's brand new Sterling Heights location at 16 Mile and Mound Road.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-300-4046. Strict limit of one per household.
I used to be plagued by potbelly and constant bloating. After taking New Biotics, my belly flattened and continues to get flatter. My sense of bloating and discomfort is gone.
If you've got a big belly, you might not be fat. You might just be bloated. New Biotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. If your belly flattening results are too dramatic, simply reduce use to every other day. Think you might be bloated? See how much flatter New Biotics makes your belly. But hurry, call now for details while we're still giving it away for free. 1-800-300-4046. That's 1-800-300-4046. 1-800-300-4046.
Hey, it's me, your car. No, it's not the voice of your car phone or your GPS that gives you driving directions. I'm sorry to interrupt your tunes, but we need to talk. Take a look around. I'm not the new car I used to be. The season's dirt and mud really did a number on my carpet here. And that iced coffee you spilled, whoo, that didn't help. And with the rain showers and all, I know it's going to be a real mud bath in here. So do me a favor and get a set of WeatherTech floor liners. Got it? Now, how about a wash and detail? What do you say?
WeatherTech floor liners and cargo liners keep your vehicle's carpet safe from spills and messes. Made of the highest quality materials and laser measured, WeatherTech floor liners are specifically designed for your vehicle. And they're made in America. If it could talk, your vehicle would thank you. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech. Complete protection, completely American made.
Text the ticket anytime, 24/7 at 97136. The Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge Ticket Text. Don't overpay. Get into Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge today.
No soft zones here. 97.1, The Ticket.
Welcome back, 917. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, Capital, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. That's 569-7283. Always live here in the studio at 248-539-9797. We got lots to share with you. We'll try to get to some calls here. And let's move out to Matt real quick in Canton. Good morning, Matt. You're live on the show.
Hi, guys. I'm an appraiser, and I just want to say, I listened to what you said, and I probably do agree. Most appraisers do not want to listen to an agent or a homeowner, but it's their job. It's our job. And if they're not listening to spending 5 minutes to talk to somebody, then they're not getting all the information that they need to do their appraisal. And it's very disappointing to hear that. I know it's true, and I got to say that I've learned more from having conversations with agents that have made me a better appraiser, knowing what's going on out there on their side. And I know agents have learned a lot from talking to me. So I just think that appraisers that are taking that stance of not talking to anybody because they want to turn and burn more appraisals and make more money are not doing their job up to the standards of their licensing.
There you
That's
go.
really all I have to say.
And that's a true statement, Matt. Stay on line with us because I want to get some interaction with you. But you're right. But see, I'm going to guess that you're a younger appraiser. How long have you been in the business?
Oh, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Okay, so
he's a veteran, man.
So wait, veteran. Okay, so that then Matt's in his 30s.
In
Okay,
sports.
So wait, so he's in his 30s, but the average age of an appraiser in the real world is 55.
I'm 45. I started a little bit late.
Okay, so it's 55.
He's more mature. He's more
so
mature.
you got guys who've been doing this for 25, 30 years, and they don't want to put up with anything. So but that's their attitude. So what they're going to do, like you said, is they're going to book you ready? 2 or 3 appraisals a day, make their 300 anywhere from, say, 250 to 350, and they're good for the day, and they don't want to take any heat from anybody. So
Yep, I don't would get any heat down the road because I look at those. I put those comps aside if somebody's giving me comps, and if I'm struggling with getting the appraisal where I know the expectations are going to be, I'm going to look at those comps, and not often, but once in a while, there's something there that I didn't come across in my analysis.
So I agree with you. And while I agree
I'm
with
not
you,
going to get that phone call down the road.
Well, I agree with you. Why don't you send your information so we can put you on our panel?
Yeah, I'd love to have him on
I've already been on your panel. You probably wouldn't recognize my name because you probably didn't have any problems with me.
There you go. I like that. That's right. That's probably true.
I kind of want to shrink you down to a Polly Pocket size so I can take you with me everywhere.
Oh boy,
that sounds hot.
That's a different show.
Start with Alex.
That's a different show.
Matt, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the call, dude. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, again, hey, what I really like from that, here's what I get from it. A professional, he's looking for all the information. One of the things that you find out as an appraiser, what school district? There's a lot of that. You're in one city, but it's the other school district,
Right.
and a lot of times that makes a difference.
I like that, though. I mean, as an appraiser, you kind of just have to roll with the punches, and, the homeowner's going to be, we put in a sprinkler, and we painted the bathroom.
But
just
that's true.
Smile and roll
I get
with
them on
it.
Harvey's appraisals all the time. Well, it's a blue bathroom and not a yellow bathroom, so it's worth $5,000 more.
It's worth $10,000 more. Yeah,
I get that on Harvey's appraisals. You know it's true, Harv.
Yeah, sometimes.
There you go. I like that. That's
Definitely had
a
him.
minute.
Definitely some of the areas around Southeast Michigan, early in this year, like April, March, gave me a few of them, and I said, Harry, come on, man. It's 2016.
Yeah.
Here we are later in the summer, and I won't say the city out there, but there's been a couple of the cities that are far behind with values, and for whatever reasons, their homes are not selling at top value like some of the other cities.
There's more than a few. We talk about all the hot areas, and we know them, the Woodward Corridor. We know out in Macomb Township, Macomb County, Shelby, everything, Ann Arbor. There's plenty of areas that are hot, okay? There are some cities that haven't caught up yet, and that's going to happen because, it's supply and demand. People want to live in certain areas, and other areas aren't as hot, so the prices have not come up. So just because, and I'll get this all the time, well, the house appraised for $250 in 2014.
Don't care. Doesn't matter.
House appraised for $250,000 in 2014. How come it came in at $260 and it's 2016?
Doesn't matter.
Well, because nobody bought houses in the area for anymore.
It's a moot point.
It's pretty easy, right?
People are definitely buying houses.
My 401k was... I'm sorry, buddy. Go.
No, go ahead. I got a
My
whole speech
401k
here.
was worth X in 2014, and it's worth Y in 2016.
Right.
Why?
Just doesn't matter.
Well, that's what the market did.
Hey, we've got some open lines. 248-539-9797. Come and join the conversation. If you're buying or selling a house, we definitely want to hear from you. If you're purchasing a house, you need to call Capital Mortgage Funding and get that mortgage. I know we have a full staff in there. Mike Velas is in there for sure, along with the full staff all weekend long to get you the approval letter, get you the knowledge you need to make the right decisions on purchasing a house. We'll even get you set up with great real estate agents like Jacqueline Bradley. I mean, Jacqueline, there's been a lot of talk recently about the decline in home ownership. I mean, not necessarily here in Southeast Michigan. And they always talk about these articles that the millennials aren't buying a house. I say whatever. It sure seems to me that many people are buying homes. And really here, it just rents so much, it just makes sense to become a homeowner.
There is no real reason to rent. I mean, even if we'll go out here and say, really, really big stretch, Harvey can't get you pre-approved for a mortgage. Well, then, let's start looking at a land contract option, because at least the money's going towards the purchase price. And I mean, you can either pay your mortgage or you can pay somebody else's mortgage, but there's going to be a mortgage being paid on that house.
Yeah, that's a great point. Keep it simple. 248-539-9797. Again, we want to hear from you. Again, refinancing, of course, at all-time highs. Many families have not taken advantage of that. There are some things coming up, like HARP will expire in 2016. I can't say I've done only one HARP loan this year, I think, but because many of the families now are no longer underwater, and sometimes that program just doesn't work or save enough money. But actually, this week, it came up where to give someone a D Refi Plus loan, it actually was going to save them money. A lot of times, if you don't have the right mortgage person, you get the wrong mortgage. And in this gentleman's case, I was able to get rid of the PMI, which is substantial.
What you said, but it's about getting the right mortgage person. And I took someone emailed this from the show a couple weeks ago, and a nice lady, her name's Donna, and she's like, I'm doing a HARP loan, a little uncomfortable with the company I'm dealing with. Can you just take a second look for me? Loan's not backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. House is still underwater. She's dealing with some schlep rock boiler room company out of California.
They're back.
They want $600, to do an appraisal. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to do
$600 for appraisal?
They're going to do a drive-by appraisal for $100, $150, and they're going to pocket the rest. And
There's no deal there, right?
I said, listen, Donna.
That's like highway robbery.
I said, Donna, listen. Here's what's going to happen. I'm like, you're just giving money away. Don't do anything. Just lay low. And it's about dealing with the right people. And I talked to somebody, during the week, people during the week all the time. Like you say same things, to me on the phone that you do on the radio, and that's what it is. Here, if I can't help you or you don't need to be helped, I mean, I tell people all the time. Like,
well, we'll tell you.
Yeah, you're 15 years into a 30-year fixed mortgage. You're good, dude. The rate doesn't matter. Like,
listen, a lot of companies just, they advertise certain programs just to generate calls. There are not a lot of HARP loans out there, contrary to popular belief. So they'll get you to call, and they'll try to switch you in a different program. But
I like saying, hey, dude, Harry, you're in good shape. You don't have to do anything. You're fine.
Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, how about Jim out in Clinton Township? Good morning, Jim. Welcome to our show. You're live on the ticket.
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning, sir.
Hey, I got a quick question. My wife and I just bought a house over in Sterling Heights.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a really nice house. We are happy about it. However, I kind of want to know what kind of legal water the disclosure statements hold when you buy a house. We bought it, and the yard looked great, right? And it says it had an in-ground sprinkler system. The landscape was done, had a pond, et cetera, et cetera. Well, on the statement, they checked off working condition on all the outdoor things. However, my inspector didn't go and turn the irrigation system on and check it all. The irrigation system doesn't work. The pond in the backyard had leaks that had to be removed. Just a lot of these little things. The foundation on the porch is sagging, and he checked off foundation was good. Is there any legal recourse to this, or is it just kind of...
Jim, it's really tough to prove that, man. First of all, an inspector's in an LLC, so he's liable, but he's basically liable for what you paid him for the inspection.
Jacqueline, what are you going to say there?
Yeah, I was going to say that really comes down to making sure that you have the right inspector. I would throw out for sure right now Kevin Stripling, Home Inspection Professionals. He is amazing. Sure. As far as the legalities, we're just realtors and mortgage people. We can't really discuss legal that you'll definitely need an attorney for. But
yeah, I'm not an attorney, and I don't play well on the radio. But
I love attorneys.
But I do love them. But on the seller's disclosure, I mean, if somebody checked that the sprinkler system was working and it's not working, that's really immaterial. If you had an inspector out there, again, it's like everybody said, it has to be a material defect that has caused you damage, and you have to be able to prove the damages.
Right.
Okay,
right.
So it's not. I mean, look at the seller disclosure. If somebody says if they had a basement and they never had a leak, they're lying. Okay, but what does that prove?
It just
proves that they're a liar. Okay, that's all that it is. So.
I mean, it's important to have a great inspector. There you go.
That's really simple as that.
When you're buying a house, it's let the buyer beware.
Hey, look, you run the shower, flush the toilet, run every sink, flush every toilet, and run the sprinkler system, everything to do with the plumbing, right? And then you got your heating and cooling, and you got to get in the attic. And all these things have to be checked, and you have to have a professional in them. Now, if you don't, do those things, this is what's going to happen. Now, we have had people go back to inspectors if they fill out the checklist saying that they cross it off. It says irrigation system's correct and it's working. Yeah, you're going to call the guy up and say, here's the deal, dude. I paid X for it. I can take him to small claims court and sue him for whatever that was or the cost. But I'm going to say this. Go through, make sure you check every box, get more professionals in your life, and these things don't happen.
You should be there.
Hey, Jim, you're supposed to get your mortgage from us anyways, and then you would have got the better referral on the home inspector. What happened? Yeah, exactly. All right.
I took a referral because I didn't know from a friend who bought through a lady before, and my bad.
No worries, buddy.
That's all right.
I'll call later, buddy. Take care, man.
All right,
Thanks
a
for
few
calling.
calls to get to 248-539-9797. Stay here.
Hi, I'm Mike Dega from Mercedes-Benz of Novi. Before you decide on any car or SUV at any dealer, please call me or see me here at Mercedes-Benz of Novi. I bet I can put you into a Mercedes-Benz of Novi for about the same payment you have now. We do it every day. That's why you see more and more and more Mercedes-Benz from Novi on the road. It's our guaranteed best price. At Mercedes-Benz of Novi, we're all friendly and down to earth. We speak about 5 different languages. Children and grandparents are always welcome, and we stock a ton of cars in colors and trims you won't see elsewhere. I bet we have the exact Mercedes-Benz you want in stock now. And with our guaranteed best price, I bet we can match your current payment. Please call us now. Stop in. Chat with us at mercedes-benzofnovi.com anytime. At mercedes-benzofnovi.com, we say yes to every reasonable offer. We're at Grand River and Haggerty, minutes from 696 and 275. Please see me when you get here.
At Bell Tire, our salespeople constantly participate in ongoing training.
But what does that mean to me?
It means our expert salespeople can recommend just the right tires for your budget and driving style anytime you come in.
Why should I care?
Because with over 3,000 tires in stock at each location and ready for immediate installation, we can get you in and out a lot faster than dealerships can.
Oh!
And it's one more way we can ensure that Bell Tire is better at every turn.
Experts. That is better.
At Bell Tire, we take our pledge to support the local communities we serve very seriously.
You do? How?
Well, in 2015, funds from Bell Tire Cares supported nearly 1,100 neighborhood organizations.
Wow, that's a lot of involvement.
You bet. See, we know that it's not enough to just provide the tires and services needed to get places. We also need to help our communities remain the type of places people actually want to get to. Because we're Bell Tire, better at every turn.
Helping our community. That is better.
This is a life-changing message for anyone with sleep apnea who is on the go and tired of dragging around a big, bulky home CPAP device. Now, there's finally a portable device that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. You can even add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. It's the Transcend Mini CPAP. And if you're one of the first 100 callers, you can try Transcend risk-free for 10 days. So call now, 1-800-900-6125. Transcend is the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It gives you the freedom to sleep in total comfort anywhere you are. Our smallest and most advanced portable design ever, Transcend is so small and so light you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. To guarantee your 10-day in-home trial, you must be one of the first 100 callers to call minicpap.com now. 1-800-900-6125. Again, that's 1-800-900-6125.
Hello again, baseball fans. I just love extra innings. I mean, what's not to like about more baseball, right? Just like BP gasoline with Invigorate can give you more miles. It helps clean dirty engine deposits ordinary fuels leave behind, so it can help you get more miles per tank. It's like extra innings for your car. New BP gasoline with Invigorate. Our best fuel ever. Ordinary fuel refers to minimum detergency gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank based on fleet testing. Requires continuous use based on what you drive and how you drive.
Don't miss the ABC Warehouse 53rd anniversary sale going on now. Save up to 65% on appliances, HD TVs, mattresses, furniture, and more. Right now, get an LED 1080p 55-inch TV for just $348, and a GE stainless steel side-by-side refrigerator with ice and water through the door is priced at just $897. Plus, get factory direct discounts and free gifts with hundreds of purchases store-wide. The deals are always in the house. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip. It's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Stop by McDonald's to get an icy cold soft drink for only $1. What a refreshing way to brighten your summer. McDonald's, I'm loving it. A la carte only. Participation may vary.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by National Benefit Plans for affordable health and life insurance. Go to nbphealth.com. Lions raised the curtain on the preseason with a win at Pittsburgh over the Steelers, 30-17. Matt Stafford, not bad, 4 of 6, 58 yards and a fumble. Dan Orlovsky, 16 of 25 for $164. He threw a scoring pass, but also a pick six. Jake Rudock, the Michigan product, 6th-round pick, did pretty well. 11 plays, 74-yard scoring drive. Dwayne Washington, 96-yard kick return for pay dirt for the 7th-round draft pick of the Lions. Tigers fall to the Rangers 8-5. Anibal Sanchez giving up 4 homers, 8 runs in just 4 innings. Tigers have dropped 5 in a row. They're 5 games behind first place Cleveland in the Central and a game and a half out of the final playoff spot with Boston. 8:05 tonight. Matt Boyd against Cole Hamels. That's the first pitch right here on 97.1 The Ticket. At the Olympic Games, Michael Phelps gets silver in the 100-meter butterfly. Katie Ledecky gets gold. For Phelps, he'll have one more shot at his 23rd gold medal. That'll be tonight in the 800. Well, no, there won't be. It'll be the 4x100 medley relay. That's what we meant to say. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
The station where you call the shots. Most of the time.
97.1 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back to the show. 9:34. If you just joined us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, Capital 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. You can also call us here live in the studio, 248-539-9797. We'll get out to a call. We got Josh on the line from Walled Lake. Good morning, Josh. Welcome to our show.
Hey, what's going on?
Morning, sir.
Well, I guess I have a few questions. Me and my wife are looking to buy a house for the first time.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
And, well, the problem is I had some problems with my credit in the past, and we're getting it all organized. We took out a personal loan to consolidate the debt. I didn't want to do debt consolidation because I've heard nothing but bad things about them, and I guess what I'm wondering is, once all of my bad stuff comes off of my credit report and all those other things, how long does it usually take to be able to apply for a loan and have your credit in good standing?
Josh, define bad stuff. What does that mean on your credit?
I actually worked it out. I had a voluntary repossession through Snap-on Tools, and I ended up calling them because they were supposed to send me basically what I owed. And
Wait,
Snap-on Tools?
It's the big red toolbox you keep in your garage. They're awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
totally cool. Keep going.
And so what ended up happening is they ended up sending me to collections, and I didn't know. This was a couple of years later. I just found out about this last year. And what ended up happening was I owed them like $2,000, and they ended
for a
up
toolbox?
on like.
Bro, this is the top. This is for mechanics. They show up with the best stuff. Yeah, this is real.
That's like a fraction of the toolbox.
It's not just a toolbox. There's all the tools, all the stuff in it. Come on, man.
I'm clearly handy, Josh. You can tell.
Get with it.
It's really bad that I know more about the
All right, so
toolbox than you do.
I don't do that.
So long story. Sorry.
Go ahead, you're fine. No, you're fine. Go ahead,
Long
buddy.
story short, they're going to take. They screwed up. They overcharged me. They hit my credit report when they weren't supposed to because they didn't send me the information. And basically, I told them, well, what if I just pay all the interest that you guys have charged me? Will you just completely remove the repossession from my credit, which they're going to do?
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's cool.
So I'm not going to have the repossession on there anymore. Yeah, it cost me an extra $2,000, but to me it was worth it. And there's some other things on there that I just hadn't paid. I had a death in the family, and I had kids to take care of, and I just couldn't pay things. So
Josh,
once all that stuff drops off my credit report, and I've been able to get a car loan and things like that, and I've got a credit card with a small
Josh,
balance.
here's what I do, buddy. So we have some great software that I can run your credit and then run this through this software, and it'll tell us what you have to pay off or pay down and the impact it'll have on your credit scores. So, for example, if you've got a 650 credit score right now, I can run it through the software, and it'll tell us, if you pay this debt down or pay this collection off or whatever, and, it'll increase your scores 60 points. So it's basically, it's a stepping process. I mean, let's just say, you can't buy right now. We'll get you, we'll do it in December.
I don't know, 4 or 6 months. I
mean,
bet if that repossession comes off, their scores goes way up.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, it's a great call. I mean, you sound like a good dude. I mean, and I'd love to work with you. So, I mean, I'll give you a shout after the show. I'll run your credit, and we'll work together. I mean, we'll work together for a couple months, and we'll get you in a house, man. I mean, I would say by January, you'll be in a house.
Let's make sure we get his email.
I don't know how long it takes for that stuff. Because like I said, we took out a personal loan and paid all that stuff off, and we consolidated her debt and my debt so we could lower our debt-to-income ratio and have one smaller payment rather than, because when we got married, we both had debt, and we didn't want to keep paying more than what we needed.
You're doing all the right stuff, man. I mean, you're doing everything the right way. I'll come after the show. I'm going to take care of it, man. No worries.
Thanks for the call, Josh. Good stuff.
All right, thanks.
You got it, Jesse.
All right. Of course, you can always go to annualcreditreport.com. Credit can be fixed, and this will be definitely worth your effort. If you're thinking about purchasing a home, you need to move that score up. That can improve your payment, actually. Again, higher credit scores, you get a better interest rate, lower cost.
Can you tell I'm not handy?
So
the advice Alex just gave, a credit repair company is going to charge you $1,000 for that.
Sure.
So, that's not what you want to do. Because, see, credit repair agencies, they can't take off delinquent credit from your credit report. You want to know why? Because you didn't make the payment. So what are you writing a check for?
They can send the same letters to the credit place. If they don't respond, then it has to be removed.
You can send a good faith letter yourself, though. All you have to do is go online and pull the template.
That's exactly my point.
There's nothing they're going to do that I can't do for you for free.
If you call Alex and he'll take a look at it, he'll make sure that your credit report is in shape so you can go ahead and buy a house. It's just the way it is.
I mean, it's a pretty simple process. I mean, and by law, the legal aspect of a late payment on your credit, if you dispute that late, that lender or credit card or whomever it is has 30 days to get back to you. If they don't get back in 30 days, they legally have to take the late off your credit report. I mean,
if it's disputed, but if it's a legitimate late, they don't.
Well, actually, if you send a letter to them and say, "Hey, I'm disputing this," even if it was late, if they don't get back to you in 30 days,
they have to remove it.
They have to remove it by law.
Okay.
I'm not a lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer.
I don't want to take hate mail.
If I make late payments and they're late, it's not coming off my credit report. Just letting you know that.
Just pay your bills on time.
If you're just joining us, it's 9:40. We are taking your phone calls. 248-539-9797. You're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. I'm Harvey Freed. Harry Glanz, Alex Nafusi from Capital, Jacqueline Bradley with Keller Williams. If you want to buy or sell a house, you definitely want to get in touch with us. We'll get you set up with all the top professionals. Again, we match people up pretty good usually with transactions. So, again, if you're out there and you don't like the results you're having, maybe try something different. That's not a bad idea.
Jack, my girlfriend just texted me and said, you have a very sweet and calming voice.
Oh, boy.
Aww.
Here we go.
Boy, Natalie.
Hey, I had about 4 or 5 things.
She's a sweetheart.
Harry, I think you're digging this Olympics, too. It's pretty cool stuff.
I love the Olympics.
How about this Michelle Carter last night in the women's shot put? I love it. A gold medal in the shot put?
Well,
cool.
Not only that, but she beat the world record holder.
That is awesome.
She was awesome. And it's great. I love those stories. I love watching the Olympics. I'm a big patriotic guy. I've loved the Olympics since the 1968 Olympics, by the way. The Mexico City Olympics.
All right.
Which were historic in their own right.
Oh, you're
I'm an old dude, man.
I hear a little music in the background, which means we're just up against a quick little break, but keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
97.1 The Ticket. The Ford Freedom Sales Event is on. Our biggest event of the year just got better. Just announced. Get 0% Ford credit financing for 72 months across the entire lineup of 2016 Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get $1,000 smart bonus. That's freedom from interest and freedom to choose from the entire lineup of Ford vehicles. No wonder Ford is America's best-selling brand. Now during the Ford Freedom Sales Event, get 0% Ford credit financing for 72 months across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get $1,000 smart bonus cash. Not all buyers qualify for Ford credit financing. 72 months at $1,389 per month for $1,000 financed regardless of down payment. Supply of vehicles with smart bonuses limited. Not available on Focus RS, Shelby GT350, F650, or F750. See dealer or go to Ford.com for qualifications and complete details. For all offers, take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 9/6/2016. Sales claim based on 2015 calendar year sales.
We're here with Jeff Glover and Associates Realtors, and it's August. Jeff, what's happening happening in the market right now?
The one thing I'm a little concerned about, especially this time of year, is things start to slow down once the kids go back to school. So we've got a little bit of a period, basically from now until about Labor Day, to get a house on the market and to get it under contract.
This is an election year. What typically happens?
An election year is always interesting because everybody wants to see who's going to get elected, how it's going to affect them, what it means for their life, what it means for their career, what it means for their next move. And so anytime we have an election year, we always have a little bit of a staleness in the market. And we probably will see that for sure this year, once we get past September, October, and into the beginning of next year.
And who benefits during that?
Well, it depends. When sellers get on the fence, buyers don't have as much competition because there's not as much activity in the market. But on the other hand, if buyers don't have a lot of homes to choose from, well, then the market just stays pretty flat.
The bottom line is you got to contact Jeff. Jeff Glover and Associates Realtors, 855-JEFF-SELLS or housesoldname.com.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, you might not sleep so well. But now, SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. It kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs, and it's completely hands-free. For a limited time, you can try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. Just call 1-800-700-1996.
SoClean changed the CPAP experience for the better. My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean destroys CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs, and it eliminates the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. There's no water, chemicals, or disassembly. Just pop in your mask, close the lid, and presto, your CPAP system is clean and fresh in minutes. Call SoClean.com to try it risk-free at home for 30 days. This is a limited time offer, only available by calling 1-800-700-1996. That's 1-800-700-1996.
Hey, want to win a trip to live a little of the American dream? It's a weekend trip to Miami for two to party and soak up the sun. Includes airfare, hotel, and spending cash. Just go to wardogsweekend.com to enter. That's www.wardogsweekend.com. Brought to you by War Dogs, an unbelievable story of two guys hustling their way to the American dream. From the director of the Hangover trilogy, starring Jonah Hill and Miles Teller. War Dogs, find your hustle. August 19th, rated R.
Want a chance to play in the Miller Lite Field of Dreams at Comerica Park on September 20th? Go to 971theticket.com to register for your chance to win a spot to play. You can win the ultimate prize, playing at Comerica Park during the Miller Lite Field of Dreams on September 20th. You'll get ready in the Tigers locker room with your name on an official Tigers jersey. Hit in the Tigers batting cages before the game, then play 9 innings at the Miller Lite Field of Dreams. Courtesy of Miller Lite. Go to the contest page at 971theticket.com to enter.
You can now watch Valenti and Foster live streaming video afternoons 2 to 6 at 971theticket.com.
Alrighty, welcome back to the show. 9:45. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Again, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. That's 1-800-569-7283. I got one for you. Friend us on Facebook. Check out the Hardcore Mortgage Show page. I think it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate and Business Show page.
I think you like us on Facebook.
Oh, you like us on Facebook. I'm not real good with that, too.
I don't really know how it works.
You friend us, don't you?
I don't
Only
know.
on personal pages, on public pages you like.
Oh, of course, Jacqueline knows.
Bring you for everything,
Shocking.
Yeah.
Again, we have
Are you
some
on
open
Snapchat?
lines here.
No.
So
I think
are
my
they-
stepdaughter started an Instagram.
Are they really your friends on Facebook, or are they just cyber friends? I'm just asking.
Hey, did you guys hear there's a big election come up? I don't know. I heard about this. It's only about 3-4 months away, and before you know it, their time's going to fly by. And regardless of which candidate will become the president of the United States, we can agree one thing for sure. There could be some big changes coming. And again, could it affect the housing market, good or bad? Who knows? Maybe things stay status quo. But you might want to consider a refinance sooner than later. So
rates are going up.
I was going to say rates are going to be going up. I also think that,
No matter who's elected, rates are going up.
Absolutely. We're also coming up at the end of a 6-year cyclical pattern for real estate, which means home values are probably not going to stay super inflated the way they are, guys.
They're coming down. I'm telling you right now. We're in another bubble. Terry, we talk all the time. I'm telling you right now, you're in a bubble. And I'm not knocking anything in the Metro Detroit area. But this, from a demographic standpoint, people cannot. They don't make enough
It's a
money.
national level.
They don't, I mean, yeah. I mean,
We don't learn.
People don't make
As
enough
human beings,
money
we don't
to
learn.
buy houses for $500,000.
It's true.
I mean, from an average basis, granted, the people out there are very successful, but you just.
Well, that's why it's so important to set your clients up for success,
Yeah.
because what is happening now will not continue to happen in the future. It can't.
I talked to a
So
kid-
people have to be set up to make their payments, make them on time, live a lifestyle that they can afford, and go ahead and just
That's what I
enjoy
said.
their life.
I talked to a kid the other day. He was, how much house can I afford? I don't know, dude. How much house can you afford? I live right in downtown Berkeley. I'm pretty low key. Live pretty
Right.
modestly. But I mean, went to Nashville, a few weeks ago. I'm going to see Guns N' Roses next week
sound like
in
you're
San
ready.
Diego. I mean,
How about this?
I
Take me with you.
Yeah, okay.
All right, that's a yes. 2015, an estimated 11.
That's I'm in trouble. I guarantee.
11.8 million folks, believe it or not, actually had half of their housing. It was for the housing expense. Half their income was a housing expense. Again, let me say that again. 2015 and 11.8 million. Half of those folks, 50% of their income
It's
was
so
their
funny
housing
you brought
expense.
this up. I'm reading this article right now on CNN. It says I pay more than half my salary
There
to
it
rent to rent every month.
probably where I got it from.
That's why they should not be renting.
Guess what? Hold on. Okay, let's just say I have my house. I'm paying my salary to my mortgage payment. Guess what, dude? You can't afford that
That's too
house.
high.
You can't
Yeah.
afford that
Yeah,
apartment. You
that's
don't
too
get.
high.
You're not entitled to live just anywhere you want, and then bitch about spending all your money on your rent.
Well, you got maintenance costs too, and in Jacqueline, of course, as you know, maintenance costs, if you buy a $300,000-$400,000 house, you might even have two furnaces, but typical maintenance cost is between 1% and 4%. And even with that, a $200,000 house, you're going to need about $2,000 or $3,000, usually in some upkeep, or put that money away for maybe that new roof or furnace or something like
That's
that
a very
down the road.
important factor to figure in. Not only do you have maintenance costs, but you have utilities, you have taxes. You have general normal upkeep. Not even for the emergencies like a furnace, like a roof, okay, like cement in the driveway, like your garage gets blown away, whatever it is. You really have to have a nest egg, and you really have to be able to afford that property. You can't just go in and throw all your money down. And the one thing I never like to do is I never like to put people in a position where they want to put all the money that they have saved down on a property. You have to have
I
a
hate
rainy
that.
day fund. You have to have,
Yes, absolutely.
I would say, 6 months to a year.
Well, I said
in the
I
bank.
said to that guy last week. They called. He's like, "How much did I put down?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Okay, let's pretend I can get you in a house for $0 down," which we can't.
Royal Development.
Right.
Yeah, well, you can RD, but I
Seller
mean, just so
concessions.
you know,
VA.
even if let's pretend we get him in for $0 down, nothing out of pocket.
Right.
Okay, and you have nothing in the bank. What if the furnace breaks in February?
Then you're SOL.
Yeah,
Right.
dude.
You know what though? Here's something that I tell first-time home buyers a lot. Pretend you live in a condo and there's an association fee. Take $120 a month and stick it in a savings account. So whenever your furnace breaks or whenever your AC goes out, you have a little bit there. I mean, just
like
like the
that.
association would do.
That's a
sort of
good
pay
part. I
yourself
like
back.
that.
That's a nice
Yeah.
little soft way to do it. Sort of save for yourself again. Anything you could do to save money. I mean, you're supposed to be saving 10% a year of your income for your retirement. Again, many of us aren't doing that. Maybe there's a few of you out there that have overbought and you realize it. Now, Jacqueline, would be a great time to sell that house, get top dollar
Absolutely.
for it, and maybe downsize to something more affordable.
Absolutely. Well, and again, right now, your home is never going to be worth as much as it is right now. I mean, it's going to be a long time. Once that downturn comes, it's going to take a while to get it back. Want to make sure that you have a really proactive agent. Some people just place the sign, put it in the MLS, and pray somebody else sells it, but they don't actually proactively prospect. And that's what gets homes sold. We call the neighbors. We call other agents. We don't just sit around waiting on some flyer to bring a buyer. I mean, come on here. This is 2016.
I love Jacqueline's anger.
It's subtle. It's very
angry.
subtle.
I dig
Passion.
All right.
It's
All right.
passion.
You know what? No, you're right.
Passion,
I do
yes.
get a little angry because there are so many non-proactive agents. We won't call them weak. We'll call them non-proactive.
I'd call
We
them
always say
weak,
you-
man.
All right,
Call
we'll
them
call them
losers.
weak. Oh yeah, that's right. We're on hardcore. We can call them weak.
Call them
Hey,
weak.
definitely have a great plan to set up. Another little component about this in home ownership and as couples are, growing their families and stuff. I mean, families do split. And again, I hate to bring that up, but, set yourself up. It can either one of you afford the house if the other's not in there. A lot of times husband and wives are purchasing homes together. It doesn't work out.
Yeah,
now
I
what?
could.
If you just have to, that happens. You might have to unload the house. Can someone afford it? can the other person stay and afford the house? So a lot of things to consider, making better decisions. Again, if you know that up front, you have some knowledge up front, you can make better decisions.
Yeah, I mean, and we are seeing, it's always sad to see, but the court-ordered sales. Yeah. And those are never fun for anybody involved. You get there, you go to show the house, they're there, they're angry.
Oh, yeah, they hate each other.
Yeah, and they never leave, though. There's always somebody right there watching over your shoulder.
It happens, though. You got to roll with it. And,
oh, yeah, you get in the basement. There's like humidifiers, squeegees everywhere. Is the basement leak? No, basement's never leaked. It's good. We can smell the water, though. No, it's good.
Hey, we got a little quick reminder, too, we brought it up. Derek Bauer from Real Estate One brought this up a few weeks ago. Again, we've talked about it, is the state of Michigan. If you sold your house, I think it was 6/24/2011, moving forward. So if you sold your house from June 24, 2011 forward, if your SEV was lower when you sold your house and it was your primary residence and you qualify, meet these 4 or 5 criteria, you can get a refund of the, the transfer tax that you paid. Nice. It's a humongous dollar amount. A lot of families have taken advantage of it. If you need more information, call Capital Mortgage Funding. Be sure to get in touch with either Alex or myself, Harvey Freed at Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE. And again, we'll set you up with the right people and the paperwork and sort of guide you there. Again, there's a little bit of paperwork you gather, but I've already spoken to a handful of families that have gone after it and they're getting their money back. And they're like, wow, Harvey, thanks for the $2,500. One guy was like $3,200 he got back. So again, It has to do with your SEV. A couple other reminders, and real quick, 9:53. So we got a few minutes here. If you want to join the show, 248-539-9797. Beware of the scammers. Alex, we talk about it all the time.
The lady that I talked to this week, man.
It's insanity.
$600 to some company in California.
Folks, stop. There's great mortgage bankers right here in Southeast Michigan. Of course, the best is Capital Mortgage Funding, but if you happen to stumble upon someone else, maybe they're going to do a good, honest job for you. But again, all these scammers are out across the United States. You're getting scam emails, you're getting scam phone calls. Alert your elderly folks out there, the ones who get taken advantage of. Even regular folks, look, people that are pretty sharp get taken advantage of. So be careful.
Hey, do 2 quick things too, man. So, just a couple shout outs to just local things going on. Right in downtown Berkeley this weekend is actually today is my buddy owns the Neighbor's Shop. It's a cute little market right at 12 and Coolidge. They're doing the Pinewood Derby.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. You got a car in the race.
That's awesome.
My car was outsourced.
Right, I know. As it come back from the factory?
I'm winning, by the way. But Troy and Donna, all the proceeds go to small animal rescue. I mean, it's called the Neighbor's Shop.
What Alex has done, he's got the fiberglass one with the weighted front.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his after when it goes down the hill.
It's a great cause.
NASA.
Where is that again, Alex?
It's right at 12 in Coolidge. It's right in downtown Berkeley. It's the Neighbor's Shop.
Pick up some cool beer
There's
there.
a bunch of craft beer. It's a super cool shop. Super cool. I mean, you can give them a call. And downtown Milford has their Milford Bonanza.
I went last year. It's awesome. Yeah, lots to do.
My buddy Tom Nevels owns Smoke Street. They're doing the barbecue and beer and all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I know the weather's kind of funky right now, but we have about 3 weeks of good summer left. So let's keep it rolling.
Do I get that free lunch, or do you from Tom? Who's getting the free lunch if we go down there?
We both get free lunches.
Good. Thanks, Tom.
I've been there probably 10 times, and he's never taken a dime from me. So he's a good guy. Right. He's my ex-future brother-in-law. He dated my sister forever and screwed it up. So I hate you, Tom.
Well, speaking of marriages, I should probably say happy anniversary to my husband.
It's
on Monday.
Oh, congrats. We'll give you guys that for sure.
1 year.
Oh, wow.
Shout out.
Newlyweds.
All right.
Congratulations.
We haven't killed each other yet.
Before we go, though, home improvements, of course, at an all-time high, and many families still out there, about almost just a little less than a million of families have these HELOCs, home equity lines of credit. Easy for me to say. They're great. They allowed you to do your home project. You might have maxed that out. Get rid of it. Folks, one thing we know for sure is that the families that are able to consolidate their first and second mortgages by refinancing have had better success at paying down their mortgage. You get a hold of it. That second mortgage will linger, and I'm telling you, it's very rare that I'll have a family that's paid it down. They come back 10 years later, and I said, I told you to consolidate this thing.
And they're balloons, too, which means they come due.
They balloon, they can come due, and what we saw when
they're adjustable.
When they're adjustable, and when values dropped, they froze those lines anyways, and families were stuck with them. Right. Now's that opportunity, as the market could change over the next couple years. Consolidate now and get your mortgage all set up for your future.
If you use it as a financial tool, it's great because you were paying in the 2s and 3s, and you still are. Bottom line is it's going to go up because they adjust every year.
Yeah,
some adjust every 6 months. So you should try to fix it, roll it in, fix it, get a nice fixed rate, and be done with it.
Get out before November.
All right. Again, we don't know what the market's going to do, but we're obviously anxiously waiting to see what transpires here. We want to thank you for coming in, Jacqueline Bradley from Keller Williams.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I look forward to coming back again.
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
you can always email Harvey and I at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com.
All right, for Alex and Boosie, Harry Glanz, I'm Harvey Free. We got Kyle Bogey coming up with sports. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey there, it's me again. So you know what I love about Encores?